Michelle Pennie. I'm founder of Bliss Dermatology and Wellness, and I'm here to talk about the importance of sun protection. We live in a very sunny climate in Florida, and we know that sun causes damage to our skin and can even cause skin cancer. So I think it's very important to educate people of all ages on the importance of lifelong sun protection and the many different ways to protect your skin. Yeah, so when picking out sunscreens, I know there are a lot of options, so I'll kind of break it down into some of the main categories. So there are sunscreens that are known as physical blockers, so those are your mineral sunscreens. So those are products that sit on top of the skin and reflect the light of the sun. There are other products that have chemical sunscreens. So those are applied on the skin and they actually absorb the sun's rays. So some people like the mineral sunscreens because they don't want to have any chemical products on their skin. And some people like the chemical sunscreens because they usually rub in and have a more elegant feel to them. So it's really a personal preference. In terms of the SPF rating, usually I recommend at least an SPF 30 to give you adequate protection. If you're someone that is going fishing, boating, golfing, or you're going to be out longer and have more intense sun, that might be a good time to bump up to an SPF of 50. So there are a lot of great brands out there. Again, it's really a personal preference of what you're looking for. You know, is this a sunscreen that you're going to apply every day on your face? Is this one that you're just going to use when you're playing golf or tennis? So that really determines it. So some brands that I love to recommend to my patients, one of them here is the Elta MD. So this is great for anyone that has sensitive skin and really wants really broad spectrum protection. They all have zinc oxide in it. This is a really popular one called UV Clear. So it's great for someone that's more acne prone or rosacea prone. And these are patients a lot of times that have difficulty finding a sunscreen that doesn't cause them to break out. So this is one of my popular ones. This one here, Blue Lizard from Australia. This is really great for sensitive skin, someone that wants just a mineral only sunscreen, a really great product to protect you, and really great if you tend to be more sensitive. And then, you know, popular, easy one to find is Neutrogena. They make a nice product called Ultra Sheer. So it's just gonna go on and feel more sheer, so it's not gonna feel greasy like a sunscreen. So some people just don't like the feeling of sunscreen, so give this one a try if you don't like that. So it's very important with sunscreen to reapply. So most sunscreens last about 2 hours if you're out in the sun. So you have to think about after 2 hours, you need to reapply. It'd be more often if you're doing something where you're sweating a lot or you're going in the water. So once you get out, dry off and reapply your sunscreen. So these are great times. One of the ways to reapply, I really love the powder sunscreens because that's a great way to reapply sunscreen to your face, especially if you have makeup on, that you can just apply it over your makeup. The spray sunscreens are great for reapplying too. It's just a quick and easy, you can reapply and make sure you rub in that spray sunscreen. And that's really going to just be important that you have that continuous protection when you're out longer in the sun. Common areas that I see where people forget to apply their sunscreen, especially the tops of the ears, the neck, sometimes arms and hands. Those are the areas where the sunscreen may rub off more frequently. And sometimes the top of the head. So that's why I usually recommend hats when you're out. It's hard to apply sunscreen in your scalp or to get it there. Sometimes you can get burned on the top of your head. So sun protective clothing is probably your best defense against the sun, because sun protective clothing is not going to sweat off or wash off. And as long as you're wearing it, you don't have to make sure you reapply. So kind of starting from head to toe, I recommend a wide brim hat. So something like this is going to provide protection not only to your face, but your ears and your cheeks. So baseball style hats typically only protect the top of your head and your forehead, so it's not enough. So wide brim hat. And then for the body, rash guard shirts or the SPF shirts are great. Something that's going to be a long sleeve, even if it has a collar for your neck, is great. And pants, there's lots of great pants, skirts, things that you can wear to protect your legs as well. So another important part of sun protection is trying to avoid the peak sun hours. So typically those are from 10 to 4, and that's when the sun is the strongest. You're more likely to get burned. So those, if you can plan your activities to do your laps at the pool, go play golf, you can do that in the morning or in the early evening, then you're going to be avoiding the peak sun hours. So keep that in mind. If you do get a sunburn, you can be quite uncomfortable. So you want to cool down the body. So taking a cool shower, cool compresses. You can put things like aloe vera or even some hydrocortisone, really just to calm down the skin. So take good care of your skin, let it heal up, and that'll make sure to be protected next time. So we know that lifelong sun exposure increases your risk for melanoma and skin cancers. So it's really important to get your annual skin check so we can detect skin cancers and melanomas early, which can be life-saving.